The fluorescent hum of Walmart was a constant, cold buzz that made the night shifts feel endless. For Dear, a cashier in her mid-30s, that sound was almost a comfort. It was a shield, drowning out the whispers and snickers from coworkers who found her strange. Dear didn't mind being strange. She collected dolls, not the pretty ones, but the old, haunted-looking kind. Porcelain faces with cracked cheeks, frayed lace dresses, and hollow glass eyes that seemed to reflect too much. Her favorite, Anwar, sat on her nightstand at home, her smile seeming to shift with the light. Most co-workers kept their distance, all except Anthony. From electronics, he was the kind of guy everyone liked, calm, kind, always ready to help. He'd often bring his snacks through Dia's register, even when other lanes were open. "You're the only one who doesn't crush my chips," he'd joke with that easy smile. Dia's heart would flutter every time he stopped by. But Molly, another cashier, noticed the way Dia's eyes followed him. Molly was everything Dia wasn't: confident, loud, and impossible to ignore. One afternoon, as Anthony unloaded his basket, Molly strolled by, twirling her hair. "Anthony, you should come through my lane next time," she teased. "You'll get better service." He just chuckled. "Nah, I'm loyal to Dia's register." Molly's smile faltered. She turned to Dia and said sweetly, "Guess everyone has their type." Then, just loud enough for Dia to hear, she muttered, "Not that he'd ever date one like you, Dia Fruz." The scanner's beep filled the sudden, heavy silence. "You okay?" Anthony asked softly, noticing her trembling hands. She forced a smile. "Yeah, just fine." But that night, something inside her cracked. Surrounded by her dolls in her dark apartment, Dia lit 3 candles. And Nora sat before her, her cracked porcelain lips curled into a smile. "She laughs at me," Dia whispered. "She makes fun of me." In front of him, and Nora's head seemed to tilt, as if listening. "She's cruel," Dia continued, her voice gaining an edge. "And she doesn't deserve to smile anymore." A faint creak echoed through the apartment, the sound of porcelain shifting. Dia looked down, and Nora's cloudy blue eyes now seemed darker, deeper. That night, Dia dreamed of Molly in the break room, her mouth sewn shut with black thread. The next morning, Molly looked pale. "I couldn't sleep," she told Anthony. "I kept hearing knocking in my closet, like something trying to get out." When Molly clocked in, a small porcelain doll in a faded blue dress was sitting on her register belt. No one knew where it came from. She glanced over at Dia, who was quietly scanning items at Register 9, a faint smile on her face. Over the next few days, things escalated. The lights above Molly's lane flickered whenever Dia was nearby. The automatic doors opened for no one. Once, during lunch, Molly swore she heard a child's voice whisper from inside her locker, "Be nice to her." One night, after closing, Anthony was restocking electronics when the store alarms chirped. On his way out, he froze. Register 9's light was on, its screen blinking open. The scanner beeped rhythmically, as if scanning invisible items, and the belt sat in order. Facing him, he reached out with a shaking hand, but the scanner suddenly stopped. A faint, female whisper drifted through the store speakers. "You said you'd only come to me." Anthony spun around. No one was there. The next day, Molly didn't show up for work. Her apartment door was unlocked. On her kitchen counter sat her name tag, her register key, and a porcelain doll with cracked cheeks. Dear was also gone. Her locker was empty, except for a folded piece of paper that read, "She can't hurt me anymore." A week later, Anthony transferred stores. The old Walmart closed down a few months after that. The company cited structural issues, but the locals whispered it was something else, something that began with jealousy and ended with a doll that never blinked. They say if you drive by the abandoned building at night, you might see the faint glow of a single register 9 flickering in the dark. And beside it, a porcelain doll in a blue dress, waiting for someone to check out one last time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling tales.